Hey everybody, it's Michael, aka the Movie Ads Guy. I want to keep this brief. There wasn't a lot of movie news coming out this week, but I just want to talk about something I noticed in December of 2018. So once again, subscribe and comment, and Merry Christmas, because I didn't tell any of you guys that, and Happy New Year. So in December 2018, there were a lot more blockbuster movies that came out, like more than usual, than what usually would come out in December of any year. You had Aquaman, Bumblebee, Mary Poppins Returns, Vice, I would count it, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And I just want to talk about release dates really quick, because that's a form of marketing in itself. When studios choose a release date, to me, the goal should be to try and make as much money as possible, try to get as many butts in the seats as possible, get as much people watching it as possible. Sometimes big studios will release a movie at the same time another big studio releases a big movie, just to go head to head and see who would win. And to me, that's not the right way to do it, because when you release a movie, you have a lot of responsibility, not just to get butts in the seats, of course, but to also make back investors money, or to make audiences and other businesses that you can do deals with based on your franchise and your movie. You want to make them confident that your movie is a moneymaker, or the franchise your movie is about will basically make money for them if they license out something to you. The thing that made me mad about December 2018 is a lot of the movies that came out would have done well on its own if released in another month. Aquaman looked like an obvious sure winner to a lot of people. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse could have been released in February. That's been a big money maker for movies like Alice in Wonderland, Lego Movie, Deadpool, Black Panther. Bumblebee, I understand that was for a smaller audience, but that could have easily been released in sometime in the summer, or maybe sometime in the spring, like April, because Captain Marvel doesn't really have a lot to go against when it comes out. Mary Poppins Returns, I think that definitely should, it fits with like coming out in Christmas, but that could have easily come out maybe around March or so. And Vice is a smaller movie, and it probably could have come out in January, and I know that some people think that January is kind of the month you put movies in to kind of like kill the movie, to just like get it released and get it over with. But with the release of Glass from M. Night Shyamalan coming out this January and poised to make about 70 to 80 million in its opening weekend, I think that's going to change things, and January may become a blockbuster month in the future. And that not only happened in December. In October you had A Star Is Born and Venom. November you had The Grinch, and there's some other big ones. I can't think of it like on the top of my head. The point is that a lot of these movies could have done really well on its own, and as a result of shoving so much movies into one season, you get something that could have done at least a little better, like Mortal Engines. A lot of people didn't even know Mortal Engines came out in December, but it opened up number 5 in the box office, and that's a big loss for Universal. And I thought that that movie itself could have done better if it was released at some other point. If you're going to introduce a franchise, I would have preferred it sometime in the spring. When studios make a release date, the goal would be to try and get as much money as you can out of that movie, or out of like what you see in that movie. And the moods of people when they're seeing that movie or during that season could affect if they think that movie is good or not. So I'm just gonna put this out there that I hope that Hollywood doesn't do that again. Hope they find more ways to spread out more of their movies. You don't have to keep all blockbusters within summer or winter anymore. You have all these months to work with. Look, Venom became a blockbuster hit in October, and October is usually looked at as a dead month. Black Panther is the highest grossing superhero film of all time, and it came out in February. Every month is a blockbuster month now. Spread it out so that you can get the most money possible and satisfy the most audiences and make investors back their money. Alright, that was my video for this week, guys. I may or may not have a video next week depending on the news, and I still gotta rest this because I'm still a little bit sick. Peace.